Welcome to Mock Interview Pro. Today, we're diving into the role of a provider network manager. Whether you're preparing for an upcoming interview or just exploring the field, this video will guide you through some key questions you might face. Let's get started with the first one. Can you share an experience where you successfully negotiated a contract with a provider? What tactics did you use? This question aims to understand your negotiation skills and how you handle challenging situations to benefit your organization. Let's explore some tips on how to tackle this question effectively. Begin with a specific example from your past experiences. Apply the STAR method: situation, task, action, result. Discuss any preparation you did before entering the negotiation. Emphasize strategies like building rapport or understanding the provider's needs. Wrap up by highlighting the positive impact of the negotiation. Now, let's look at a sample answer to bring these tips to life.
In my last position as a provider network manager, I negotiated a contract with a surgical provider whose initial offer exceeded our budget. I prepared by analyzing their past contracts and outcomes to gauge their value. During our talks, I focused on building rapport by discussing shared goals and acknowledging their needs. We agreed on a quality metric that could justify a future rate increase if met. Ultimately, we secured the contract within budget, ensuring top-notch care for our patients.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for Provider Network Manager. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Describe a time when you led a team to enhance network performance. What were the results? Interviewers ask this to evaluate your leadership skills and your ability to drive team performance. Let's break down how to approach answering this question. Identify a specific project or initiative where you took charge. Highlight your leadership role and how you manage team dynamics. Explain the strategies you implemented to boost performance. Quantify the results to demonstrate impact. Reflect on any lessons learned and how they could apply in future scenarios. Here's an example answer that illustrates these points.
I once led a team to optimize our provider network by introducing a new data analysis tool. We pinpointed underperforming areas and reallocated resources to enhance them, increasing network efficiency by 20% over 6 months.
Can you talk about a strategy you've used to build and maintain strong relationships with providers? This question is about your relationship building skills and how you ensure effective and ongoing collaboration with providers. Here are some strategies to consider when answering this question. Maintain regular communication to keep providers informed and engaged. Develop personalized outreach strategies to better understand provider needs. Create feedback loops for provider input on policies and procedures. Organize networking events to promote community and collaboration. Be transparent and reliable in your interactions with providers. Let's look at a sample response to see these strategies in action.
In my previous role, I set up monthly check-in calls with each provider to update them on policy changes and listen to their concerns, which greatly strengthened our partnerships.
How would you go about expanding the provider network in a new geographic area? This question gauges your strategic planning skills and your approach to network growth. Here are some steps to consider when formulating your response. Conduct a market analysis to identify local needs and gaps. Engage with local healthcare providers to assess their readiness and capabilities. Build strong relationships with community stakeholders, including physicians and hospitals. Develop a tailored outreach strategy that highlights the benefits of joining your network. Monitor and assess the integration process to ensure network effectiveness. Here's how you might frame your response to this question.
I would begin with a comprehensive market analysis to identify healthcare needs in the new area. Then, I'd reach out to local providers to gauge their interest and capabilities. Building solid relationships with community stakeholders would be crucial. Finally, I would craft a targeted outreach strategy to showcase the benefits of joining our network, ensuring ongoing evaluation after the integration.
A key provider is considering leaving the network due to disagreements over rates. How would you handle this? This question tests your conflict resolution skills and your ability to maintain valuable partnerships. Here are some strategies to help you navigate this challenging scenario. Acknowledge the provider's concerns and listen carefully. Gather data on market rates and the value the provider brings. Engage in a collaborative discussion to explore options. Propose compromises or alternative solutions that satisfy both parties. Follow up to ensure the provider feels heard and valued. Let's consider an example to illustrate how you might respond.
I would start by having an open conversation with the provider to understand their concerns about rates. I'd present data on market rates and emphasize their contributions to our network. Together, we could explore options like incremental rate adjustments or additional support, aiming for a compromise that satisfies both parties.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step by step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free. Just grab it below.